presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, replied the recent comments by his opponents in the All Progressives Congress, Mr. Bola Tinubu, that mocked him as Mr. Tingy. Tinubu had, during a campaign at the weekend, alleged that the former Anambra governor watched his people suffer and save the state funds rather than save the people. But Obi, who alongside his running mate Yusuf Dati Ahmed appeared on the Channels TV presidential town hall meeting, stressed that no one could fault him for refusing to steal public funds. Obi, who was asked to react to a statement made by Tinubu about his attitude of saving and starving the people, challenged the former Lagos State governor that it would be better if the conversation was centered around corruption and accountability. He said, "It is good when my opponents talk. Let us talk about corruption. One of the things killing this country today is corruption perception index, which is measured by how you manage public assets, nepotism, how you share the land, how you manage your money and everything. I have challenged everyone to go and see whether there is anyone or anywhere or a kobo of Anambra State money is missing. Saving has now become an issue. When people have stolen all the money and impoverished the country, and you are now questioning a man who left the money without anybody telling me to leave it and go." Obi also vowed to dismantle what he described as confusion at the Nigeria Port Authority through genuine partnership with the private sector. He also spoke about how he intends to end militancy, banditry, and agitation by different groups in the country, retreating that if elected, his government would not hesitate to bring all aggrieved groups, including Boko Haram and IPOB, to the table for talks. On his part, Obi's running mate has blamed the presidency for lack of transparency in procurement contracts, especially in the supply of military equipment. Obi, who spoke mainly on areas of the economy, education, power, and especially security, promised to open all the ports across the country to generate revenue for the economy, as well as to dismantle the cabals frustrating efforts to make other viable ports in the country functional. He said, "It is a confusion they created that I will dismantle." And you begin to ask, why is it that other ports are not being opened? And somebody who is greedy is telling us that people are coming to Lagos. Are people coming to Lagos now or before you became governor? I don't understand though. This kind of Ogboju, this man now when you talk about Jaguda, this Tinubu na number one. He won't color be everything. He won't color be everything. Say na me do this, and which is, the facts are there. Tell him to come and speak constructively. Not all those town hall meeting or whatever they arrange among themselves. They will be shouting, "Hey!" Let him come and sit down. He should choose any debate or any organization of his choice, reputable organization that will ask him pertinent questions. Not all this one. They will not be shouting, "Hey!" In fact, these guys, and we still have the ones that call themselves educated. They are not even educated, because you cannot be in that kind of gathering. You want to ask somebody questions, somebody will just be throwing jabs at somebody. Talk constructively, give figures and facts. Tinubu cannot do it. He cannot do it. That is to tell you the level of their education and the level of their mindset. They have used it to bastardize everybody in this country. And a lot of people, majority of people are falling for that antics. They will just go to campaign ground and be just shouting. Come and sit down. Let us have one-on-one discussion. I said in one of my videos that he said Obi is a stingy person. Good and fine. Maybe he has his reasons. Come and give us statistics, facts and figures. You are telling us somebody is giving wrong figures. You sit down and give us facts and figures. What are we talking about? Now Agbero life. Now they still want for this country. Agbero life. Yes, he said he's going to dismantle it. Even this statement made, but of course, I just believe if God really wants to really turn things around, because I believe God is ready, things will be done accordingly. We need to even do our own best. Then we call on God, because with this statement Obi is even making, it's going to anger all these looters. All the people that are supporting Tinubu is because of what they want to get from him, not because they love Nigerians. See the way the country is. They are the ruling party. They are not bothered. They are not saying, "Oh, things, let us, we are the ones in charge." These are the things that people are complaining about our administration. Let us do the needful. Let us do the needful so that we will convince the people. We will be able, you don't even need to convince people, because once the people are okay on their own accord, they will come out. But you know what they are doing? Because these guys are devilish. The so-called looters that call themselves politicians, they will still use the hardship of the people. They will use it against them. And a lot of people cannot even reason well once they just get this in. You know, when you are not informed, a lot of people are not informed. It's when you have the means, you want to say, okay, I want to get some information. You never get money. They talk of say, won't buy data, they won't go buy Android. How many people get Android? The ones who get Android, they see the whole phone, they go online, go they listen to things that are not even going to be beneficial to their lives. All this social media gossip here and there. That is why you see a lot of them engaged in. And some people have really blinded their minds towards to be objective, but they always like to tilt to one side. But but just a few people who are really knowledgeable, and not just too many out there. People have to do the right thing. Port is not difficult. Nigeria is lucky that we have ports all over the place. What is happening to the Ibom? Look at the Port Harcourt Ocean Terminal started by Shagari. Look at Warri. Everywhere in Nigeria has ports, and you can just open it up. But people deliberately don't want it open, because if it opens up, they won't have the confusion. That is what is happening everywhere in Nigeria. They don't want to open up the economy to let people's talents and hard work match up the opportunities, because they will not have anything to steal. Ask what he will do different to change the state of the economy. He said, very easy. I will bring in private sector, build ports and manage it. That is how it works everywhere. On insecurity, Obi said there must be deliberate efforts to bring all agitators and secessionists to the table for talks to hear if they have genuine grievances. He explained that in a democracy, people have the right to protest against injustice, adding that the onus was in the hands of the government to look into what must have led into doing that. Obi said, when you look at what is causing agitations today, it is the issue of injustice, the issues that has to do with unfairness, unemployment, poverty. When you start addressing these issues and you engage them in a discussion, bringing them to the table, we have agitators globally with convincing arguments that things are not the way they should be. We have agitators all around us. My children, everyone agitates. When we sit down and discuss with them, when they see reasons with us, they will agree. To say that you can continue with this injustice, continue with the unfairness, continue with this level of poverty, unemployment, and young people not knowing where the next meal will come from, you still always have a crisis, or you will always have crisis in your hands. I will discuss with everybody. If you are prisoner, even if you have been jailed, I will bring you out so we can discuss. We must exhaust reasoning before we apply the stick. It is important. This is a democratic dispensation. You don't just get up and give orders. I won't do that. I will govern by rule of law. I will govern by sitting down and discussing with everybody. Ask if that's Boko Haram and IPOB. Ask if that includes Boko Haram and IPOB. He said, I have to find out who they are. Once you can identify who you are, I will discuss with you. No matter what you are doing, no matter the kind of guns you are carrying, I will discuss with you. For the power sector, Obi said he would declare a state of emergency in the sector, promising to generate not less than 20,000 megawatts in his first 4 years in office. He also said he would not revisit the power sector privatization, saying that instead he would support players in the sector to improve on the existing power infrastructure. Baba Ahmed also said it was better to have brain drain than to have brain in drain, adding that Nigeria cannot afford to have educated and trained medical professionals and others see them to go waste because the system was not working. the vice presidential candidate, noted that there is going to be a positive revolution in Nigeria. It has started. You can see evidently from the obedience movement, there is going to be a revolution in governance itself when we come into power. Then is going to have an announcement effect as a tsunami. He further assured Nigerians that security will be fixed. The government will be just and serving justice. Investment will be overflowing, and then Nigeria's position in the world will not only be population, we will again begin to reflect its population and productivity at the same time. These are the movements that we are merging in the next 4 to 8 years if the Labour Party wins the election. So there's something that really resonates with me here. You know, all these politicians, dubious politicians, they will tell you, oh, we cannot divide this country because of our population. Wasting your population, the question we're asking, what has your population offered? How has it benefited the country itself? They cannot answer. Oh, the most populous black whatever in the world. Unto what? Unto nothing. The people who do not even have up to your population are doing tremendously well, and you are there talking about population. And like I said, what resonates with me here in what they said is that we will again begin to reflect its population and productivity at the same time, not talking about population that is so useless. So guys, that is just what it is. You know what brought this whole thing is that Tinubu is accusing him of being stingy, accusing Obi of being stingy, but he said he thank God that he has not been accused of corruption, and that speaks volume. So guys, let us know what you think about this whole thing. Thank you.